Welcome back, wonderful humans. I'm Danielle and I currently live alone and I'm trying to shift towards healthier meals whilst remaining on a budget. Here's what I ended up eating this week, and as always, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but honestly, calorie wise, not too bad, and with the odd few bits of sweet treats mixed in as well. So for Saturday, I did just have a small amount of chocolate milk and a banana for breakfast, which, kept me going and kept me sort of full. Until then, I ended up having for lunch, it was quite an early lunch to be fair. So I just had a sort of all day baguette from Greg's with some eggs and then a regular size mocha as well. And I love the cups that the Greg's are doing this year for the hot drinks. I'm a big fan of penguins and I just feel that they have a nice little bit of life in them. And then for my dinner, I did just end up having a cheese and Branston pickle roll. So nothing fancy at all on the Saturday, but sometimes that's just the way that it goes. Then for Sunday's breakfast, I ended up having that chocolate orange little deluxe loaf cake that I got for free in Lidl recently, and it was super yummy. Obviously, again, not the healthy things, but I think you know by now that that's normally how my Sundays tend to go. And for lunch, I just had some more chocolate milk and another banana as well. And as you can see, I desperately keep trying to make sure I actually have sensible portions of things. A lot of my cups are obviously a lot bigger than the serving size. So I've been trying to do that. And then Sunday afternoon, I made some olive bread and I naturally had to give it a go. So I had a slice of that. As you can see, it has got all of those chopped up green olives mixed throughout it as well. I'm super pleased with how that came out. And it was all just wholemeal flour as well. Then for Sunday's dinner, I'd gone down to Aldi and grabbed the Too Good To Go bags. So I ended up having a Indian style chicken curry from their high protein range. Had some rice and then had it with some broccoli on the side as well. For moving on to Monday, and you know how it goes, Mondays are my long days at work. So I did just end up grabbing some peanuts and chocolate milk for my breakfast in sort of the middle of my work day. And I think my break was around 10 o'clock this day, which is why I just ended up grabbing those because then my lunch was still at a fairly normal time. So I just put some reduced fat soft cheese onto a slice of my olive bread with some salad on the side and some sort of apple cider vinegar drizzled over that, and then a couple of easy peelers as well. So definitely enough to keep me going, but it felt kind of good and comforting, and obviously had a little bit of kind of a mild Mediterranean feel, I suppose. And then for dinner, I had one of the sort of the meals again from that Aldi bag, and it was an Alaskan pollock thermidor. So I just did that with again some more broccoli on the side to finish it off before it went bad. And then on Tuesday, I completely bypassed breakfast and I just had some more of that olive bread with some more soft cheese and the rest of that salad. And then I had some olives on the side as well before ending up for lunchtime, sort of later, middle of the day afternoon snack. Grabbed some peanuts that I had. As you can see, there's not a huge amount left. So I did just finish those off. Then I had a couple of more easy peelers as well. I'm pretty sure my lunch was more sort of a late morning break that I had. And then I just had sort of the peanuts and everything during my afternoon break. But then for dinner, I did go ahead and make a beetroot risotto with some asparagus. And as always, if there are any recipes that I've done, I will put a card up in the corner for you to check it out as well. For them, having some evening snacks, I decided to finally crack open some of that salted caramel, 70% dark chocolate couch that I got from Lidl a little while ago. And it was super tasty as well. And I did end up finishing it off later on this week. For Wednesday's breakfast, I just had some more of the olive bread. I just topped it with a little bit of margarine and again had some olives on the side as well. This was definitely one of my sort of around 10 o'clock kind of breaks. And then with that, I wasn't super hungry. So for lunch, I just ended up having a little bit of coconut water and a couple more easy peelers as well. And I'm not the biggest fan of coconut water, so I will be cooking with the rest of it. I've tried it so many times, and I think I was going to magically change my opinion on it, but I never do. But then for dinner, I did a sort of peanut butter, lime kind of infused chicken breast with some egg noodles and then some asparagus on the side as well. Again, trying to make sure I used up a few things that were in that Aldi Too Good To Go bag, as well as doing some things I already had planned and just kind of incorporating them all together. Then do you know what else I got in that Aldi Too Good To Go bag? White bread. Now, I don't normally obviously bother with white bread, but whenever I get it, I find myself kind of leaning towards it and it being kind of a bit of a comfort thing. So I did just end up having some of that for breakfast with some margarine for finishing off the rest of those egg noodles with some oranges for lunch for the Thursday as well. And again, the noodles were something that I did get in that too good to go bag. So I was wanting to make sure that I did use them up before they went bad. Then for dinner, I decided to go ahead and make up some sort of puff pastry kind of tart pie situations with some beef mince mixed in there, carrot, celery, and a few other things. They were super yummy. And then in the evening, I finally cracked open the bag of Milky Bar buttons as well. I definitely had more than a portion of these. I think I ended up having about 2/3 of the bag. But obviously, still overall, not super terrible on my calories. And actually, the sugar was pretty much on my recommended intake for keeping it at a reduced amount as well. Friday's breakfast, I did just have some more of that toast with more margarine on top, and this time with some easy peelers on the side as well. Before ending up making my lunch with some more of that olive bread, half a very large avocado, a little bit of salt, black pepper, garlic granules, and chili flakes all on top as well. It was just super yummy. But then, because of the fact I had had half of that avocado, I then topped this sort of tuna sushi kind of attempt. I've tried it before, as you know, it didn't go well last time. It didn't go particularly well this time, but it's work in progress still. I did just put that avocado on top before later on in the evening, finishing off the rest of those Milky Bar buttons. So, as you'd have been seeing throughout the video with all the calories and everything popping up, not a terrible week. Could have been better, could have been worse. But as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you again soon.